Hey everyone, in today's episode of Bloxburg Explained, I will show you how plot data works and how you can manage it. Let's get right into the video. So one of my previous videos, I mentioned that you can now buy extra plot data, and a lot of people were actually confused about what plot data was, to my surprise, because I thought everyone knew about that. But here we are making a video on how it works. So going into settings, the little button at the bottom right here of your screen, go to options, and if you scroll down, you can see your plot data size, and mine is at 0.1%. There is nothing on my plot currently, and my game data size is 5.3%. Let's start with plot data size. So your plot data size is everything on the plot you are working on. So this is currently my plot. If I add stuff to it, my plot data will go up. And plot data for every item is a little bit different, as you probably could have guessed. So every item has shapes to it. As you can see, they are built in Studio. Every item has shapes to it. So for example, this bed with all of the little vertical pillars that come down here will have more plot data than, for example, this bed that only has 1, 2, 3, and then 4 pieces for the legs. So this has a lot more pieces than this bed. So that means that if you are building, every item that you place has a certain amount of plot data to it. That's how much you can have on your plot, and every item, depending on how many items it has for each item, will add to your plot data value. So it's not how much an item costs, it's not if it's block bucks or not, it's how many items you place and how many separate things are linked to that item. So plot data size, I'm still at 0.1%. You can actually place a lot on there. Now, a recent update, and it has been shown on Twitter as well, you can now buy 20% extra plot data if you're full, but chances are that you will never be full. Only people who build big builds on their plot will have plot data. For example, I do have an entire tiny neighborhood with a lot of different apartments in it. It's not too detailed, but there's detail enough to say that it's like a pretty big build. Now, how much plot data do you think would this have? Literally so many tables and chairs. We have an entire swimming pool down here. So we have a lot of stuff. We have about 30 apartments, I think, and like 70 beds or something like that. So there is a lot in here. My plot data for this place, if I go back to options, is at 45.4%. And before it was updated, so there used to be less plot data size. It used to be at 90%. Now it's at 45%. So they doubled that. Now you can buy even more. Now you can go up to 120% if you pay 59 Robux. The prompt will only come up if you reach 100%. So if you're wondering where you will see the button to buy more plot data, you'll only get it if you are at 100%. And if you don't buy it, you cannot build anymore. If you buy it, you can build 20% more on your plot, but then you won't be able to build more anymore either. That's a lot of mores in a sentence. Then moving on, we go to game data size. Now, game data size is pretty big, I'm not gonna lie, but game data size is all of your plots combined. So this plot is at 45%. However, I don't know how much of it actually goes to my game data size, but if you're like me and you have a lot of plots in your select a house list and you keep buying on more and more plots and you build small houses on each and every one of them, if you have 100 plots with small houses on it, it'll actually contribute to your game data. Even though your build might not be at 100% plot data, if it's at 20%, it will still count towards your game data size. So for example, if you have 20 plots that take up 20% plot data, your game data size might be at 100% and you won't be able to buy on a new plot anymore either. That's because Roblox stores things in a cloud and there's only so much space in that cloud. And don't have 70 houses. There's actually, you can actually have a lot of houses. So this is something that you never need to worry about unless you have like 50 amazingly big and detailed builds. I don't think this is something to worry about. So quick overview, some items add more to your plot data depending on how many points they have than others. For example, this vehicle right here will probably add a lot to my plot data because there's a lot of points to it. But then if I go to look at a basic wall, for example, that does not have so many points, so that will not add too much to my plot data. That's basically the main giveaway of this video. And when Coeptus and Froggy make an update, they also keep in mind to not add too much detail to something just because it will add to the plot data so much. So yes, that's the video for today. I hope it helped explain plot data and game data size a little bit if you were confused, because I saw a lot of comments of people that were confused about it. So I hope this clears things up. So that was it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe.